Alright, now we're going to look at solving equations and proportions. We're going to do solving equations first because solving proportions is the same thing with one additional step. So the first thing you have to do is you have to distribute if necessary. Then you have to combine like terms. Then you need to get the variable by itself, and then you would solve. Alright, so if you take a look at number 1, my first step is to distribute if necessary. Well, if I look at this, I have to distribute on both sides. So I have to do 4 times n and 4 times 1. 4 times n gives me 4n, plus 4 times 1 gives me 4, equals, on the right side, 2 times 11, which is 22, and then 2 times negative n, which is going to be minus 2n. Alright, now I have to combine like terms, and when I combine like terms, I just look at each side of my equal sign. I have no like terms that I have to combine on either side, so I'm going to start getting my variable by itself. So that means I have to get all of my n's to one side. So I'm going to add 2n to both sides. So that gives me 6n plus 4 equals 22. Now I have to get n by itself, so I have to subtract 4. So I get 6n equals 18. Then I have to divide by 6 on both sides, so n equals 3. Alright, on the next example, so still on page 23, now looking at number 3, I have nothing to distribute. I have no like terms to combine. So I need to go ahead and line down my equal sign and start moving things around. I have to get all my x's to one side, so I'm going to subtract 1x from both sides. 5x minus 1x gives me 4x. So I have 4x minus 17 equals negative 11. So now I'm going to add 17 to both sides. So I get 4x equals 6. Divide both sides by 4. And I get x equals 6 over 4. This is not a simplified fraction. 6 and 4 are both divisible by 2. So x equals 3/2. Alright, on number 5, it says I have to distribute if necessary. Alright, on this one I do have to distribute. Alright, because this minus, so when I have 2 minus x minus 4, that's like saying a negative 1 in front of my parentheses. So I have to distribute my negative 1. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down negative 5x minus 10 equals 2. And then negative 1 times x is negative 1x. Negative 1 times negative 4 is going to give me a plus 4. Alright, then it says I need to combine like terms, and I have to combine like terms on the right side. So I have 2 plus 4, and 2 plus 4 is 6. So I have 6 minus x on the right side, and still negative 5x minus 10 on the left side. Now I have to get all my x's to one side, so I'm going to add x to both sides. And I get negative 4x minus 10 equals 6. So then I need to add 10 to both sides. And I get negative 4x equals 16. Then I need to divide both sides by negative 4. So x equals negative 4. Now looking at page 23, number 4. If I want to solve a proportion, I solve this just like I would an equation, but with one additional step. And that one additional step is that first you have to cross multiply. In both numerators, you have 2 terms up there. So we're going to put them in parentheses to make sure we cross multiply correctly. So when I cross multiply, I have to do x plus 3 times 3 and 2x plus 6 times 4. I want to make sure that I put parentheses in there because I need to distribute here. Because I have 3 times all of x plus 3 equals 4 times all of 2x plus 6. Now solve this like an equation. So the first thing I have to do is distribute. So I get 3x plus 9 equals 4 times 2x, which is 8x, 4 times 6, which is 24. Now I want to get all my variables to one side. So I'm going to subtract 8x on both sides. Oops. So 3x minus 8x is negative 5x. Negative 5x plus 9 equals 24. So now I need to subtract 9 on both sides. I'm going to bring this over here. So I get negative 5x equals negative 15. I'm sorry, not negative 15. Negative 5x equals a positive 15. Because 24 minus 9 is a positive 15. Divide both sides by negative 5. So I get x equals negative 3.